Good afternoon. I just got a call from my post office about my birds in the mail, and what I don't like about buying from hatcheries is they'll hatch them, sex them, put them in the boxes, and ship them. You might not get your birds till day 3, and that's a bad thing if you know anything about baby chicks. Is they don't usually last past 3 or 4 days in the mail. They tend to die off. So I'm excited that ours were hatched yesterday and shipped yesterday. I'm going on my way to go pick them up now. But this isn't about buying birds from hatcheries, but buying from local stores, especially mom and pop shops. So they do the same thing. They buy them in 200 or 300 or 400 bulk, and they'll put them in their displays and they'll sell them. So what I do is I call them and I ask, when are they getting their birds, how many are they getting, and how many are left if they've already gotten them. And I do this for about a week or two, and then once they get down to 50, I will then go in almost daily to the store and count them myself. And once they're down till about 10, 20, maybe 30, I will buy them all up at once. Why do I do that? It's because there's a couple of reasons. First reason is they're 2 weeks old. That means that they survived the 3 or 4 day period of shipping. The store fed them with antibiotic or medicated feed or water. They've lasted 2 weeks with food. They lasted 2 weeks with water, and they lasted 2 weeks with heat, meaning it's not something extra that I have to pay for. It's less stress on me. And because they're 2 weeks old, by the time I get them home, there's a pretty good 90-95% chance that they will survive in my care, because the store did the hardest part of taking care of them for the first week or two. So if you ever see a store selling birds, wait till they got a few left and then buy them up. Sometimes they're cheaper. They're definitely going to last longer than the ones you ordered in the mail, and they're definitely going to last longer than the first ones that got to the store, because it's just natural selection. Sometimes they just don't survive. So I'll take a quick video after this of me picking up the birds and setting their area up, and hopefully this helps you. Don't be discouraged by buying birds that are left or the last ones. They're usually the healthiest. Hope you have a good weekend and a good spring. Let's see if I can get them in the car. Got the AC going. I don't exactly know how many they shipped us this time. I guess we'll find out when we get home. Okay, so as you can tell by the noise, we got our birds. I don't think that's all of them. If I remember correctly, they're shipping them out in 2 or 3 different batches, because we ordered so many. 2 big boxes. I know it's not all of them, and we'll see what it's like once we get home. So here's Tractor Supply, and they just got a whole batch of them. It's got to be a good 500 to 600 of them. So in about a week and a half, I'll start calling and seeing how many they got left. Here you can see the original 11 that I started with, and they were the last 11 at the store. And out of 11, 11 survived. And they're about a month and a half old. They get big. So this is why I buy the last at the store. They all survived. And I only had to do 2 weeks of heat lamp. Alright guys, you're home. Let's get you, unpacked. And in your new home. That's temporary. This is our greenhouse. We have the cooling system coming in today to keep them at a specific temperature, and we'll start unpacking them. Let me grab a knife and get at it. So, I guess we'll start with the first count. This may have been actually all of them, and they're all pretty healthy right now. So, 1, cutie McCutie. I'm sure they'll figure out water once they start mimicking. That's 4. That's 6. Alright, this is going to take forever, so let me get them all in here and count, and then we'll go from there. So some have found water, as you can see. Some have found food. What's important is when you unpack them, you count what you got, you count what you lost, and you watch them. You sit here for about 10-20 minutes watching them, and you want to make sure they're healthy. For example, there's this guy right here. I'm going to have to pull him out. No idea what that is. But if they aren't active, they don't go in the big coop. These two on the left look dehydrated and freezing, so I'm going to put them in a special spot, keep them warm. The two on the right might be just tired. Well, no, I got a little hope for that guy and that guy. He's shivering, so let's get this guy's in a temperature climate, and hopefully there's no more of those guys. Got my fan installed. It's set to 75 degrees. Right now it went from 84 degrees down to 79.1. At 75 it'll shut itself off. So it'll keep the top part of the room from overheating, and if it gets too cold or colder than they like, they'll just huddle under the light and they'll self-regulate themselves. I can already see a couple of them stretching out. If you notice, they don't stay directly under the light. They kind of stay around it where it's warm, and they choose the heat level that they are comfortable with.